Welcome back to the Purpose Driven Investor Podcast. Today we have Aaron from White Barn Home Buyers on the call. Excited to get into this with Aaron. He's the founder of White Barn. He's done over 300 real estate transactions since 2019. He's investing across 10 states and specializes in off-market deals, mobile homes, land, and creative finance. So welcome to the show, Aaron.
Thanks, man. Excited to be here.
All right. So let's get into it. So for the people hearing this for the first time, meeting you for the first time, who are you? What do you do? What do you spend your days doing?
And that's kind of evolved. So started doing real estate full time in 2019, 2020, somewhere around there. Before that, worked in oil and gas in a corporate role. Quit that, kind of decided it wasn't for me. Jumped into the real estate thing without much of a plan. Eventually got into the whole wholesaling, flipping, that side of things. And that's evolved over the years to a lot of things, which we'll probably talk about since you've gotten me into new trailers now, which is now all I want to do.
Let's go.
But honestly, the main thing is like sourcing off-market deals and then figuring out what to do with them from there. So I guess that's kind of mainly, I'd say, what I do, what my specialty is buying good deals, figuring out what to do with them. And it's, kind of a whole business of just, sales and marketing, sourcing, good deals direct to seller and everything that comes with that. And that's evolved over the years. We've done some remote stuff, done some commercial stuff. We've done land, kind of everything, but now moved to Greenville about a year ago and focusing more in this area on mobile homes, and now more specifically on buying lots for new mobile homes. So that was a long-winded answer, but hopefully I kind of got through that a little bit.
All right. So backing up here to the oil and gas and transition in real estate, how'd you find out about real estate, and what made you say that's for me?
I mean, you're like classic, not very exciting story of like found bigger pockets and like obsessed over it. Which is weird because I feel like that's probably not as common with people getting into it now. There's probably a lot of different answers, but like people who were getting into real estate kind of when I did and probably when you did, same, it was always like, oh, I found bigger pockets and I became like obsessed with this. So, I was like every week waiting for that like Thursday episode to drop and just kind of got really into that idea. Didn't really have a plan or know exactly what I wanted to do, but was just kind of like, hey, this like office job, like, isn't doing it. So quit that, became an agent for a while, which I hated. Worked for like a broker who did more off-market stuff. Kind of learned from him for a while, then broke out on my own like 6 months or so later.
Nice. An agent. I can't imagine that, huh?
I'm like the worst agent ever and like hate everything about it. It was one of those where like that's like the only thing I knew to do though. It's like and I like when I was about to quit my job, I like planned it out a little bit, not well, but I would like, and it got to the point like the company I worked for just got bought, and like my job was kind of like, I was like literally trying to get laid off. Like I'd be like, hey guys, if you need anyone, like I'll take one for the team, but I just didn't have anything to do, and I would just leave. And I just remember going to like, I signed up with this brokerage, and it was like, oh, we have this like mandatory training. And I show up, and they're like, here are the magazines. We're going to cut out pictures for our vision board. And I'm like, what am I doing in my life? I was like, this is not what I want to do. But then eventually got linked up with a broker that kind of did what I wanted to do. So did some retail stuff, but then quickly realized like not really my thing.
So you're really good at acquisitions, and we'll talk about that here in a minute. Did that translate into being a real estate agent too? Like you good at finding buyer leads or listing leads, or completely different?
I didn't know what I was doing at all. I think if I started now, I could probably do better, like it more. Just because I have a better idea of like just sales and marketing and just business in general. But also I was working with like first time home buyers in like sub 200 price point. So it's like, and the thing is like an agent, like if you're selling $1 million house or a $200,000 house, it's the same amount of work.
Right.
And a lot of times it's probably more work on the cheap stuff because like people can't like afford things. It's
Yeah.
like the $1 million house, right? Cool, whatever, take care of it. The $200,000 house, it's like, oh well, like, oh, this broke and I had to spend $1,000 this month and I can't qualify for a loan anymore. Or it's like
Hmm.
everything's like make or break. Like, so I think if I would have been, I don't know, smarter, more strategic about that, I could have like liked it, done better with it. But when you're just doing a lot to like at the end of the day make like 4 or 5K on a transaction. But when I see people doing higher price point markets, I'm like, yeah, I could see that making sense, and why that would be worthwhile. That just wasn't what I was doing.
Yeah. Yeah. Understandable. So let's talk about building White Barn home buyers. So you've completed over 300 transactions. How'd you build your acquisitions machine? I mean, clearly you're good at acquisitions if you can do 300 transactions. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so just something slowly over the years. So I joined. I've been in a few masterminds, but when I was working for the first broker I worked for, it was kind of just like, hey. So our setup was like we bring him a deal, we get he gets half of it, and then whoever's on the acquisition side, I think gets 30%. If you dispo it, you get 20%. So if you get a deal, buy and sell it, you'll make half, right? But there was no marketing. There was no, like, it was literally just like, hey, go find deals. So, I was just hitting up wholesalers, looking at stuff on Facebook. Like, I heard you could get like a virtual assistant, so I hired a random virtual assistant to cold call people. Just had no clue what I was doing, but was able to somehow like string some deals together. And then each one we made a little more money. And of course, I'm like, well, I'm getting half of this. I would like more than half of this. But what seemed to be this like unicorn everyone was after was these like direct to seller deals. Um, no one really knew how to get them, but like everyone wanted them. So that was this kind of like, if you could somehow figure that out, it seemed like that was a lot better deal than from an agent referral or wholesaler or
Hmm.
whatever. So that kind of got my wheels turning a little bit of like, how do I do this? How do I figure this out? And then came across Ryan Dossey's mastermind where he was probably, I feel like pretty early in the, wholesaling mastermind world. Listened to his stuff on direct mail and some other stuff, jumped in his group, and then just kind of grew from there. So I've done mail, I've done, I don't know, pretty much any type of, advertising marketing you can think of. And just kind of evolved over the years, and I've always been one of those of like, make some money, I dump it right back into, trying to do more, grow bigger, all that stuff. So, yeah, just kind of slowly grown that over the years, and I just become obsessed with that stuff. Like listen to books and books and books on, sales and marketing and podcasts and all of that, and just kind of slowly grown over the years.
Awesome. I saw your post yesterday where you said some days you want to do 100 deals, some days you want to do two.
Gosh, isn't that the truth? Maybe you don't feel that, but
Every day, every day.
I know it's like I know like it's like such a conflict with me, like internal conflict of like like I want to grow things and do more, but then like I don't know, just doing one with like my own money, like at a time sounds really nice. And I know like I have some really good friends in San Antonio that flip, and that's what they do. They flip one house at a time, maybe two if they're like feeling crazy, and they'll flip a house, they'll sell it, they'll go on like a 2 or 3 week vacation, buy another house, and do it again. And they're like,
Hmm.
they do these really nice flips, and like, they're making good money, not like anything crazy, but like the lifestyle, I'm like, that just seems so nice. I don't think I can
100%.
do it, but it seems so nice. So,
Dude, I think about like even yesterday, I was thinking about, man, what am I doing? I'm so busy, but like you sometimes you don't know what you're busy on, right? But then I also think back of like, man, what was I making when I had a job, right? And it was good money, and I'm sure same with you, oil and gas, probably pretty good money. It's like, man, if I only had to make that amount of money or was happy making that amount of money, then I'd just do 3 or 4 deals a year, right? And
yeah.
live a great life. But I guess that ambition sometimes gets after you.
The hard part for me with that has been like once you've seen things, you like can't unsee them. Like, so my like old corporate job, we would get all these companies are set up where you get pretty big bonuses. So like I was making like 120K a year, but like, 20 or 30 of that would be in one chunk as a bonus every year. So you kind of get stuck in this like cycle of like, hey, like raises are this time of the year, bonuses are this time of the year. Like you don't really have a window to leave, or it's very small if you do. But it's like no one leaves before bonuses, and that's like what everyone looks forward to. Hey, in April I'm gonna get my bonus. But then once you've like done some deals and like gotten checks that are like, oh, that's more than the bonus I was like thought about, or you're like, oh, that one's more than my previous annual salary. It's like you just like can't unsee those things. And it's like, I don't know, you get this weird rush. It's almost like you're like gambling or like in Vegas or something of like, hey, I can hop on the phone today, like, and potentially make 20, 30, $40,000 from, a few conversations if I need to. And I like love the rush of that. I don't know if that's good or bad or what that says about me, but it's like a little bit of Vegas.
Better than drugs, right?
I guess. I don't know.
All right, what's your team look like today?
So it is me. I'm an acquisitions guy. I have a dispo kind of project manager guy and a few virtual assistants.
Nice. And
So fairly small.
are you doing cold calling, texting, direct mail, combination?
Man, ask me. It depends on the day of the week. So right now we are doing a lot of mail, a little bit of cold calling, a little bit of Facebook ads, and about to turn on TV ads. So this time a year ago, it would have been mainly cold calling. I had like 40, 50 cold callers. Kind of scaled that back. Been doing more mail. And that works well. So I don't know. I'm kind of all over the place. And some of that stuff is like preference and like what you want your life and business to look like. And some of it's just like, I feel like marketing is just kind of cyclical of like, hey, this works really well for a while, kind of like fizzles out. And then, everyone mails, it doesn't work well. Everyone stops mailing, it starts working. There's just kind of cycles like that with stuff.
Yeah. I saw your TV ad. That looks good.
Thanks, man.
When's that launch?
It's supposed to be July, so maybe it has already.
Okay.
So soon.
Nice. That'll be good. And that's for houses or houses and land?
Kind of. It will probably be mainly houses and land. Which whatever comes from it. It's those you kind of can't really target that well. It's kind of just like, because like it's Asheville too, which like I wouldn't necessarily pick, but that's just where the TV stations go. Like Greenville, Asheville are all the same market. But the idea there is more brand awareness than anything, and just it kind of helps your other marketing work. And I'm hoping that like we'll get some deals on actual houses in Greenville. Not that I really want to do them, flip them, but the actual houses we bought here have just been really good deals and really easy to sell. So it seems like there's more people with money wanting to invest in Greenville than there are deals. So I like that.
What systems have made the biggest difference for you in terms of your success?
Honestly, the only thing is probably just CRM. Which we use recently for that. We could probably do a lot better in systems because I feel like we're all over the place. Honestly, it's pretty simple though. I mean that, and then we just do like Google Sheets and stuff for a lot of stuff, for projects and for. I'd say the one thing recently I started using, Relay Banking. I don't know if you use them or not.
No.
Oh, it's like magical. I've not been so excited about something. So it's really nice because. I can set up an account for every project, like really easily, like instantly. And then we can like I can set up like team members with access to all of them of like, hey, here, like set up a separate card for you for the, separate projects. So I'm not always like paying stuff. And then you can control everyone's access to it. And if we have lenders on stuff and I like need a draw from them, I send them an invoice. Like it's just really, really easy. And really simple. So that's been a thing recently that's helped a lot as we're doing more projects with more people, just trying to be more organized on all that stuff. But it's like one of those things that you're like, this functions the way it feels like things should function, but don't. Where it's like, if my Bank of America account, if I want to create a new account, it's like a whole ordeal. Where this, I literally like click like three buttons and it's like, oh, here's your project for this. So
That's
that's
sweet.
been really nice.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out. We've been using Ramp for paying suppliers and receiving invoices, and it's incredible. It sounds similar to Relay, but different functionality, of course.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right, creative finance. So are you still doing a lot of creative finance stuff, or not so much anymore?
Uh, I've never say a lot. It's just kind of opportunistic, right? So, and I've never been to like, hey, I buy all these deals owner finance. It's more if it makes sense for the situation. Like we have a flip right now that we bought owner finance. I guess sub two actually. It's one I wouldn't have bought cash, but we bought it for essentially 250. Brought on a private lender for 50K to remodel it. We'll sell it for around 400. Wasn't something I would be excited about with a hard money loan or cash or something like that, but it made a lot of sense that way. So we'll kind of do stuff like that. I'm trying to buy more lots and stuff owner finance. Just because with those, it's nice to, I don't know. The cool thing about doing the land home stuff, which of course you understand, is like I can plan projects out a little more than if I'm flipping. Like, hey, I need to flip, like find something. Like I can almost like earmark lots for, hey, we'll do this in the future.
Yeah.
So some of those I'm just kind of like buying and sitting on, but even then, you're like, even at pretty cheap, you're still putting out a lot of money. So trying to get some of these like owner finance where, set them up where like we'll balloon in a year, but I can pay a few $100 a month to own it. And then, once I have a lender ready on it, just start the project and balloon it and pay it off that way. So trying to do more of that, but not like a huge focus. It's more just like if the deal makes sense for that, we'll do it. So I don't know.
Nice.
It's fun. It's like we've done some cool stuff with like lease options or sub two and some of that, but and a lot of times it's just a thing of like, oh, this is just easier, or like, hey, if I can do this, not have to put cash in it, like makes it a better deal. So we'll do it occasionally. It's not like a main focus, but if the deal makes sense that way, we'll do it.
Love it. I've been buying mobile home parts, seller financed, and try my goal is, hey, can I get the down payment lower than the tax benefit on the back end with a cost segregation study. So I did one recently where I bought it for 350. I think I put 25K down. It still cash flowed. But my tax benefit, like my tax write-off, was like $50,000 of savings on taxes. And so
that's pretty cool.
I'd stopped buying mobile home parts. I bought a ton of them 2021, 2024, but I was always just like cash poor. And so now I'm thinking like, well, if I can minimize the down payment and still cash flow, then I'll probably still be cash poor because I've got to come up with some down payments, but not as cash poor, right? Because I get the tax savings.
I think there's good options with that. And like a lot of times too, like we'll make offers and I'll either use a owner or some sort of owner finance, creative finance option to like push them to my cash offer or vice versa, So I like to position things like that of like, hey, I'd really like to buy this owner finance, so I'll go lower on my cash offer. And if they take it, I'm still good with it. But I'm more like using that to like, hey, let's like kind of like nudge you this way, or vice versa. So hey, I'll buy an owner finance for 100, but I can pay 90 cash. If I want to buy it 90 cash, like make that closer, or you can kind of work with that stuff a little bit. But we'll kind of get strategic on some of that, and to help us get kind of the deal we want and stuff.
Yeah, that's smart. All right, let's talk about land home packages.
Let's go.
So this is new for you. How long you been doing land home packages?
Like 3 or 4 months, not very long.
All right, 3 or 4 months. You got your first one. Do you have your first one listed or not yet?
It's under contract finally.
Under contract. That's great.
Yeah, so I say finally. It was 50 days. I wanted it to be like 20 though, so it's fine.
What were the numbers? What did it end up looking like?
So after like closing costs and stuff, we'll be selling it like 215. And I think we're in it for 145, something like that.
Let's go. That's
140, something
great.
like that. Yeah, so we'll net like I think it's gonna be like just under 60.
Okay. And
Yeah.
your structure with your lender or your funding, is it your JV
Uh
kind of structure that you
yeah,
do,
so
or
we are 65/35. So we'll make 40 something, they'll make almost 20, something like that.
that's
Um
awesome.
and then some of these we're making little fees on the front depending on what we're buying the land at. So just kind of depends. We kind of
That's
my
great.
goal with that is kind of backing into I want it to be a net profit of 50K. It's kind of like
Mhm.
how I'm presenting these to lenders. So if I get a lot for 5K, like we'll mark it up a little bit. If I get a lot for 25, we won't. So um, it just kind of depends. Or like we have a few right now we're buying from wholesalers. And I'm like, I don't have any expenses on this. Like I don't need to like pay anyone or recoup any money from it. So those we won't put any sort of fee on. So it just kind of depends. But try to backing into the 50K plus projected net profit.
Nice. That's good. You can get 50K on every one. That's a huge win. What
Yep. So
what excites you most about land home packages?
more predictable. So coming from several things, coming from flipping, it's much more predictable, and I feel like there's a lot less surprises, and we're finding all that out from the land before we close it. So like we have our land clearing costs. We're doing all of that on the front end that when I think of like a flip, things that would be potential surprises, you're finding out before you start. So
Yeah.
that's really nice. The contractors are a lot more professional, I'd say, because it's stuff that like if it requires heavy equipment and like licenses and stuff, which a lot of these things do, like it's just you get like a higher level of professionalism, it seems. And then
Hmm.
also a lot of the like trades are like they're done in a day. So it's not like the contractor like where you're, hey, pay me, I did the drywall. And it's like, well, you didn't really. Or like it's not these like drawn out things. So it's kind of like, hey, you either did the brick skirting or you didn't. Like like there's less like, hey, this is gonna take, 3 weeks and I need paid on the way. Uh so all of those things have made it really nice. And I think just from a management like kind of like capacity standpoint is just a lot less because like you flip a house and they're all different. This one needs a roof, this one doesn't. This one needs walls moved, this one, they're all very different, where these are like other than like do you need a well or like do you need a set, like they're pretty similar. And a lot of that's just done on the front end, so that's been really nice, and I like the scalability with it.
Love it. How many are you gonna do this year?
I don't know. Trying to add one or two a week is kind of the plan. So, as many as we have lots for and lenders for. So, that's kind of the plan.
That's great. And
As long as we can
what
source
states?
lots and kind of all over. So, South Carolina, we are about to start 3 in Georgia. Um, Georgia's looking really good for a lot of reasons. Done some stuff in Tennessee, which haven't bought anything there yet. We have a lot of lots under contract, but that seems for some reason a little trickier than here. We've marketed a little bit in North Carolina, haven't done any there yet. So kind of that, like those 4 states, but I think it's one of those that'll kind of go anywhere if the numbers make sense. And I think the first one's the hardest, and then you get crews, and then, hey, we have our guys for this, this, and this, and then it's pretty repeatable. But the first one's like a lot of calling around, trying to figure out, hey, who does this, who does that. But then after that, it seems like pretty easy to kind of use the same
Yeah.
guys for stuff.
If you'll go anywhere, you should go out west. Go to Arizona, New
Really?
Mexico. I mean, those guys out there, they're making, if you can get the land right, you're making 150K.
That's crazy. I saw a dude in one of the Facebook groups the other day in Delaware. So I was like, I would
I don't know about
never.
Delaware.
I was like, no,
Maybe.
he was like making like 80, 90K a house though.
Really?
And I was like, it was
That's
just
good.
places that you're like,
Yeah.
I mean, because like at some point it's the same thing. It's just like the land cost is more, you know.
Right.
I mean, even
Right.
like the stuff here, it's like if you do stuff around Greenville, it's going to be cheaper than if you do stuff around like Charleston.
Yeah.
So I don't know, kind of finding those spots where it's like, as long as I guess what I'm looking at, as long as stuff's selling in like at least the low 200s, I feel pretty good about it. If we can get stuff that's selling like 220 and above, I'm like, cool, we'll buy stuff there. The only hard part is some of these, it's like trying to figure out the terrain and stuff, and they're more rural, and it's like, it's like, come on, Google Street View, why are you not here? But
That's funny.
but no, it's been
Um,
fun.
that's awesome. Talk about so you're looking for some lenders, and maybe there's some people listening that have money that are looking for opportunities to grow that money. Talk about your lending program. I can't remember what you call it, what the name of it is, but and how that works in case there's somebody that might be interested.
Yeah, so kind of do it one of two ways. So I have people that so I have a site, fliptrailers.com, that kind of goes through this, and the original plan was more to do flips, not land home packages, but just more straightforward. But essentially, if people want to do it themselves, buy it, they'll buy the thing or put up money for it. We'll do everything, split it 50-50. If they just want to be a lender, I still own it. We're like 65-35. So, which it's funny because I have, like, people just like different things. There are people, like, one of my really good lenders, he's like, so if I just buy this and it's in my name, I make 50%? I was like, yeah. He's like, I want to do that. But then I have other people that are like, no, I just want to lend. Like, so it's kind of honestly, it doesn't look, I mean, I guess risk profile is a little different, but we literally do everything either way. So it's just kind of if it's in my name and you're lending, I'm going to take more of a cut. If you're buying it, you get more of a cut. So different people like different things, but just trying to, diversify that a little bit.
That's awesome. Listen, maybe I'm just going to hire you to do all my stuff, man, and I'm going to sit back and relax. That'd be great.
There you go.
All right, I'm serious. I'm gonna do it. All right. So, title of this podcast: Purpose Driven Investor. Talk about your purpose and what really drives you today.
Oh man, that's a hard question. Should have prepared for this more. Honestly, I don't know. And I think that's changed over time too. And I feel like anyone in the like mobile home space is supposed to be like, oh, I'm providing affordable housing. Like that's kind of like the punchline everyone uses. And I've thought about it and I'm like, yeah, that's like, it's an easier sell than like flipping and like gentrifying neighborhoods. Like there's less ways to hate it, but I'm like, I don't really care about it, which is maybe bad, but I'm just care about it being a good deal. And I don't know, I guess my thought is like, I would rather just like make good money and, donate to stuff I care about, steward it well. I don't know what my purpose is. And I think that's changed too over the past like year or two, and like just have gone through like real bad like business breakup and stuff like that. It's just been like brutal. Right now it's literally just like, hey, let's get this sustainable. Let's stack cash, and then eventually want to do more stuff. I mean, I'd like to be more involved with the community. There's different things I've like planned on doing and haven't. Like I want to like volunteer at the Ronald McDonald House because like that's been a big thing in like my life, my family's life. Like there's just things like that where I'm like, I need to start doing more of that stuff. But as far as man, my purpose, like I don't know. I think just as a general thing, which I think I heard this I've thought about this a lot, or part of this, on Brandon Turner's podcast when he's like, hey, what do you want people to like think of you? And I think just generally, like, I just want people to somehow be in a better spot, like having like known me, interact with me, whatever. So if that's like I help you investing, if that's like something like life-wise, but like if like the people that work for me are in a better spot because, they work for me, make good money, like things like that. Or if like, hey, I got into real estate because this guy helped me out. So just in general, I think I want to be that person that people are like, hey, by knowing this person made my life better in some capacity. But what that actually looks like more practically right now, I don't know.
Listen, you probably won't know the answer ever, right? Because it always changes, right? And it's a matter of just how you interact. I thought you were going to say that making really good cinnamon rolls would be your purpose, at least in the last
That's,
couple of
I mean,
weeks.
that's my new passion project. So stupid. I was like walking the other day and, well, one, I'm like annoyed because like I feel like there's not a great cinnamon roll in Greenville. Um, One of my few annoyances with living here. But I was like walking the other day, which normally I'm like listening to a podcast or like I didn't have my phone because I planned on running and it was like my knee hurts. I'm walking, so I was just like no podcast, no phone, and I was just like walking. I'm like, I'm gonna get good at making cinnamon rolls. That was like the epiphany I had on a 3 mile walk. So then I've started. They're decent.
What's your signature cinnamon roll right now?
I don't know yet. I just keep mixing them up. I think the best one is because I keep like making like different icing and stuff for them. I made one with strawberry icing, which is really good. But just like a standard like brown butter, cream cheese icing's pretty tasty. The real secret is my brother's really good at this stuff, and I just like stole his recipe. My brother like is the kind of person that becomes like completely obsessed with stuff, and he'll like, research all the like different stuff with it, and then I'm just like, hey, can I just have your recipe? And he's like, this is the best one. And I was like, perfect.
That's all. That's all you need, right?
Yeah, it's like he does all the dirty work, and I just like take credit for it.
That's great. I love cinnamon rolls. We used to live in Vancouver, British Columbia for a few years, and there's a cinnamon roll place there on the west side of Vancouver. Man, it's so good. If you ever go there, I'll hook you up with the spot. Little coffee shop, but that's all they're known for, cinnamon rolls.
Nice.
All right, so let's do some rapid fire questions here to close it up. What's the best investment that you've ever made?
Best investment I ever made. There's probably a few that could fall in this category. The best one I made was probably this house I bought for, I think, $200K. And it was a lead. I had a lead manager who set me up to go look at this house on a Saturday morning, and I like wasn't happy about it because it was like 45 minutes away and I didn't want to go. But it was one of those like he already set up, so I was like, cool, I'll go. Go look at this house. It's like a decent like kind of wholesale deal or something I could just buy and throw back on the market. The guy wanted 200 for it, and it was, I don't know, probably worth 250, 260. Nothing that exciting. But I'm like walking this house, and it was, so it's like 45 minutes north of San Antonio, an area called like Canyon Lake, where there's like big like boating lake and stuff it like kind of randomly like blew up in like COVID times from TikTok, like TikTok videos, and people were like buying up there like crazy. So talking to this guy and kind of like, hey, like, where's your lot line? He's like, oh, well, it goes all the way through to that street. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then like gets to talking, and it's like, okay, the house is on 6 lots. So the house on a lot, there's I think 1 on each side of it and then 2 behind it. So essentially was buying the house and 4 extra lots with it. So bought the house for 200, immediately cleaned it out, listed it, sold it for 260. Sold each of the 4 lots for like 35 a piece, something like that. So made almost 200K from a single family house. Kind of
That's
wild.
awesome.
And I've had a few of those type deals in that same area. It's funny too. Another one, kind of the same thing. I think it was 3 lots in like a beater house in the same area. But my acquisitions guy who works with me now, literally the first house we looked at, and it kind of the same thing. We bought it for 60, sold the house for like 120, and like each of the lots for like 40 a piece. But we sold one to the neighbor like for more than it was worth because he didn't want anyone living there. but it was like those. But it was literally like the first. I mean, we probably made like 120, 150, something like that. I don't remember. But it was like his first day with me looking at houses, and I was like, they're not all like this. I promise. But he's still new there, so maybe it worked.
I had something like that the other day. I was like, I promise this is not. I was doing some cold calling. It was like everybody was answering, and everybody was like willing to sell. And I was like, I promise this is not how it is. And sure enough, the next day it was like, call 300 people and 1 person answered.
Well, that's like I recently, one of my lenders was like, wanted to call like industrial stuff and like saw something I posted about it. And it was literally like he made one call and got a lead from like a pretty like decent lead. I don't think it turned into anything, but I was like, that is not normal. Like,
Right.
good for you, but that's not normal.
That's
But
awesome. All right. What's your favorite book?
how to win friends and influence people.
Got it. All right. What's one habit that changed your life?
Mm, honestly, probably just getting up early and working out.
That's great. I got up at 4:45 this morning.
I slept in today. I was a bum.
Too early. Too early Tuesdays and Thursdays. Great. All right. I would agree with that. All right. What's the last one here? What's one thing every new investor should stop doing today?
Should stop doing. Trying to trying to get my answer to fit this question. I think trying to do things on your own when you don't know what you're doing. Does that answer the question?
Yeah.
Kinda?
Yeah.
I just think a lot of people should, when you are getting started, partner with someone who knows what they're doing. It's just better for everyone. It's better for the person you're buying it from. It's better for, everyone involved of like, hey, let me learn from someone who knows what they're doing and make sure like it is a deal and like I am, giving the seller what they need, all of those things. Or on a flip, it's like, hey, maybe I'll make less money, but if I don't lose, that's good. So I think people try to do too much on their own when they don't know what they're doing.
Got it. I would agree. All right. So let's finish up here. If somebody wants to reach out to you, where can they reach you?
Probably just Instagram. So it's just aaron.bihl. Probably the best place. Try to be real with what we're doing. Run my mouth a little bit, but it's fun.
Go over to Instagram. You can catch the latest on Pace Morby from Aaron and
My buddy.
or the latest on cinnamon rolls or lots of different topics. Lots
Exactly.
of different topics. Running. All right. Well, cool, man. Well, I appreciate you joining. And I think there's a ton of value, a ton of different strategies that people could go out and implement. So appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, thanks, man.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for listening.